Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cricket Chat YouTube channel. First of all, I want to apologize for having taken long before we did this kind of a video where we could analyze whatever is happening on Kenyan cricket circles. We just hope that we are going to iron out the issues that had made us not to have more videos as we had at the beginning of the NPCL League. And for the last 2-3 weeks that we've not been in on, a number of things have happened. We've got the NPCL League that has really shown a lot of improvement. We've seen good scores. We've seen bowlers coming up in handy and doing quite a good job, both in all division, be it Super League, Division 1, Division 2. We've seen a quite good cricket being played. And along the way, we also saw Kenyan getting an invite to take part, the men's national team getting an invite to Uganda to play the host Uganda and also Nigeria in a tri-series tournament. And with that, we all understand that Kenyan cricket doesn't have an office, and cricket matters in the country have been handled by the Normalization Committee that was formed by the Cabinet Secretary about 5 months ago. And when Kenya got the invite to take part in the event in Uganda, the Normalization Committee took the responsibility and formed a selection panel that consisted a number of retired national team players. And they came up with a team, and the team of about 30 plus players that hit camp last week. And as it was the case with the girls national team that went to Rwanda for Kibuka tournament, this squad was assembled and they were put in a camp. And for less than a week, they were in a camp. They held a number of, I think, 3 to 4 training sessions. And yesterday, the squad of 18 was picked to go to Uganda. And something interesting that a few hours to the naming after the squad has been named, 2 players pulled out. So to discuss this and whatever has happened around the team, we've got our usual panelist, Berry Loyugi and Peter Ongondo. So the two will take us through what has happened in the formation of the team, what has been happening in the camp, and what are how we came up with the squad, if they feel that the squad was the right one, if we missed out on the squad, and any other issue that is surrounding the squad. So just to begin, Peter, as far as I'm concerned, I know you know what happened with the selection with the team as far as the selection is concerned. Probably briefly, if you could tell us how we came up with how we got the invite and how we came up with the team, Peter.
I think what the selectors tried to do, and I spoke to the chairman, who's Tariq Bal. They tried to select guys from the league and going with their performance from the league. So I think they picked the guys who are top on the league at that moment. But again, they still went about and called the guys who were previously on the team. But some of them, while the team was being selected, had not achieved anything in the league. So the purpose was to get guys who are on form right now. But I would say, having said that, I would say that they missed 2 or 3 guys who are not part of the top, what do you say, the top performance in the league at the moment. So I don't know what happened about those 2, but the rest were chosen purely on merit, because if you look at the logs, they are top there in the top 20s in the league charts.
Yeah. Peter, will you be comfortable to mention the 2 players that you feel were selected and they were not selected on merit as far as their performance is concerned?
I think if we start with Stephen Omwogo, because I think Obuya just came back to the league. So I would say he had not played. I think he played 1 and his IS was 21. And then he was just selected. And I feel also because Elijah was sick and he was in hospital and he had not performed at that moment. I think that maybe they just picked him because of previous performance. But if they were going with what they had said, those two were not going to make the cut.
Beryl, when the team was selected, their number, or we saw same names. There were no new names that there were names that we are used to, and that brings to question: are we moving forward, or we're just recycling the same players year in, year out? Considering this tournament that we're going to, this event that we're going to play in Uganda, as much as it might give our players playing opportunities at international level, but it's like we don't want to change the team. We are just using the same players. Are we in agreement with that?
First of all, I was very excited when I saw the 31, even though I felt like maybe they will have also picked the Asiregwa brothers into the provisional squad at least, and a few kids who are playing at Gymkhana. I was happy with the 31 because in the 31 we had a few players who did very well in the under-19 side and who've also done well in the league so far. And then it was very disappointing to see the same kids being dropped for players who were not even being picked the last time the national team was on tour because they were not on form, and who also so far in the league have not shown any improvement or any justification to be brought back to the national side. We are going to Uganda. Every time we go to Uganda, we know that we play for pride first. You want your very best team. So if you want to take someone on tour to get an experience for the national side, take someone who is close to playing. Take someone who can save you when you need them. I remember when we were playing the World Cricket League, the last one, and we had Koech sitting on the bench. He came in as a sub and took 2 very big wickets, and we won that match against Netherlands in East London. And to have him back in the side, at least for him, you can justify that you've seen him do well before the last time he was with the side, even though he hasn't done so well in the league so far, but he's been bowling well. Well, you can say he hasn't been getting wickets, but he's been bowling well. But then if you get someone like Steve Omogo in the side, like Peter has said, Steve has only played 3 innings. He has 52 runs, and his highest is what? 22? Yeah, his highest is 22. It brings into question a lot of things because you have like Gerald who's been performing. You've dropped him for no reason. You look at his replacement, hasn't been doing so much in the league. It brings a lot into question. But then I'm also happy that we have Brad Patel in the team. It's very unfortunate that Tanzeel could not make the tour, so we've replaced him with another under-19 boy, Mohamed Kalyan. At least there's something positive to look at in the team if the young ones get a chance to play when we go down to Uganda. But we know we are going to field our very best side. It's depleted already. We called 31, 5 declined. We remained with 26. From the 26, a further 2 declined. So from 24, we had to get our best 18. And I would say that the selectors have done a pretty good job. So it's up to them to find the best 11 to combine for the matches, because that is what we have now.
Peter, do you think that we've got a player out of the 31 that was selected, or out of the 26 or 24 that hit camp, that you feel missed out and they deserved to be in the team?
I think Gerald is an upcoming bowler and he's bowling very well. And the opening duo, Nehemiah and Elijah, I'm sure, and I can say this with confidence, and they're on their way out. So we need some fresh legs. I think we could have given the boy a chance. He's a very good player. In fact, he's a very good all-rounder, if I might say that. So I think we could have just let him play. And again, James Ngocha has been doing very well in the league. I know he's got issues last time, but we could have selected him for this tour. I don't think there's any issue there. The issue was if he was called up again, then it'll be banned for life. But these are friendlies, first of all, and I don't think they'll get any issue if he bowls very well, and if he doesn't go back to the action that made him get suspended, then we get a leeway for him to come back to the team full time.
I think Uganda's worry with James is because the T20 matches are being televised and they're ICC sanctioned, so they didn't want to bring so many issues. Yeah, but he hasn't corrected it.
As I said, Zimbabwe cleared Vittori, their bowler Vittori, without taking him to the to ICC sanctioned correction centers. And we have watched James throughout the time, and we have videoed him, and we have checked the degrees again with the analyzer from Pakistan. I can't remember the name. And now there's no element of throwing with his action. So if it's called, so what? If they have got videos and they can check the angles and call him, so what? So we know that he'll be banned. But if we have him playing in the league, so do you say that our league allow people to have illegal action? Then you can't pick him. Are we saying that we all know that his action is not rectified, but we allow him to play in our national league?
My question is, no, who was supposed to clear him? Because I know he's gone through the correction so many times. He's been told by the board that he'll be taken to South Africa. But then at this point, if the coach doesn't call him and say, I've seen you bowl and I see that you're doing well, you can go to Uganda, who's supposed to clear him? There is no board right now. Normalization doesn't know that Ngoche was suspended. Who's supposed to call him? If the coach doesn't see that.
I think the issue is, yeah, if you know you're not going to pick James, don't call him to the start.
I was just about to say that.
Because whoever called him to the 30 had cleared him.
Yes, but even James knows that he's not going on tour. Why is he agreeing to such invitations? He knows very well that he's not going on tour. No one has told him that. We know that your action has issues, but we are going to pick you. He's picked and he still goes for the trials, knowing very well that he's not going to travel.
Anyway,
okay.
The team was called for the team was assembled on Monday or Tuesday last week.
Thursday. They reported on Thursday.
The team reported on Thursday. They had their first internal match. Was it on Saturday?
On Friday, yes.
First internal match on Friday. Saturday, they had something they did.
Yeah, they had another match on Saturday.
Sunday the teams were...
Thursday, Friday, they played 50 overs. And then I think on Monday, they played 2 T20s.
2 T20s.
Yeah.
Then three training sessions. You've come up with a team. Out of the 26, 28 that were picked up, you come up with a team.
Yeah.
We think that time was enough to pick a team, or the selectors or the coaches had a team in mind.
I think I would say, what do I call it? I think it was a waste of time to call 30 players when you only have a few days to go. I don't think you need 30 players, but what the selectors maybe were trying to do, they were trying to let others drop themselves to make their life easier, like what So I think they're anticipating guys dropping out. That's why they called 30. But in real, if you have 3 days to go for a tour, you don't need 30 players to select from. So calling 30 players, I think, was not the right move.
Beryl, your opinion?
I think if you're calling 31 players to camp, you just want to, and you have 3-4 days to go with COVID restrictions. They had to take a break to go back to their clubs and play the league. I think you're just calling them to look at combinations. As a selector, maybe you want to look at players that you're seeing at the top of the leaderboard, but you haven't seen to be playing. But if you're calling players for 2-3 days in camp, I believe you already have a squad in mind. Because I started hearing rumors that the squad was being named way before even the weekend came around. So, yeah, as Peter has said, that was a waste of time, really. They could have just called the players that they wanted, put them in camp, look at the combinations, instead of going through all that trouble. And the way we have COVID restrictions right now, things are even harder to achieve.
The team has been named. Just coming out in public at 2 p.m. on Tuesday, 2 p.m. Come 6 p.m., senior player Collins Obuya has pulled out of the team. Was it a surprise, or is it something that was somehow, I don't know how, I won't want to put it well calculated, but was it something like a surprise? Collins did know that he will be selected. Collins was surprised that he was selected, so that's why he pulled up 4 hours after the squad was had been released.
No, just 2 months ago, Collins was telling us that he's fit, he's ready, and he's available for selection. I don't think it was. I understand his reason for pulling out, but I just don't understand why it was done after the squad had already been named. Maybe he thought that he would find a solution to it, but his reasons are very valid for pulling out. Personally, I understand.
Will you mind sharing, or?
Let's say family commitments. Yeah, but it's understandable. It's just the way it came about that surprised me. I thought that since he was picked, that he'd found a solution to it and he's going to make the tour.
And Peter, about Tanzeel, he has done well for where Ngara is at the moment. Ngara is playing some good cricket, despite not winning a number of matches as expected, as they could have wished. They have done well. I've spoken to the captain, Mehul Patel, and Mehul Patel feels that the team's performance at the moment has been mainly due to Tanzeel's performance in the team. He's been selected, he's pulled out. Was it also something, who is to blame? Because find that now Collins was picked, he pulled out. Hours after his selection. Again, it happens to Tanzeel, somebody that with his performance, we felt that is somebody that is going to do a lot for the team.
Yeah, I feel the selectors could have talked to Tanzeel, because he has pulled out before. I think under 19, he has pulled out before. This is not the first time, and I think they could have just talked to him before selecting him, because I know he's a very good player, but he's not even very keen to play for Kenya. And having said that, I think it's not lucrative anymore to play for Kenya, as you see, like Rakep, Patel pulled out, Pushpak pulled out, Dhiren pulled out. I think those are very good players. It's very unfortunate for them to pull out and say that they have got work commitment, because I think it should be very lucrative. It should make people want to play for Kenya. I don't think they feel any pride playing for Kenya anymore. I don't think they feel there's anything they'll gain for playing for Kenya. That's why they just pull out. So it's proud to play for Ngara, but not for the national team. It's very unfortunate.
Is it a worrying affair for Kenyan cricket, Peter? Is it a worrying affair that players that we feel they are best players in the country at the moment? Because if you look at Canby's players, Dhiren, Rakep, Tanzeel is becoming is a good all-rounder. You look at Pushpak, they are pulling out of the team at the last minute. The national team, not any other team. Is it something that the Kenyan cricket should be worried about?
Yeah, it's very worrying. It's very worrying. That, as I said, it shows that they take it like a joke. It's not a team to feel proud to wear the colors. You have to feel proud to wear the colors. So if they are not proud anymore, I heard they said the reason of they have jobs and they have work commitments, but I know for sure these guys work for guys who know and understand that they play cricket. Somebody like Rakep, I think he works for himself, by the way. So it's not like they could not get permission from work, is that they don't think it's worth it.
So that's what I'm asking you. Is it something that if you find players are not keen to play for the national team and their best players, the country's best players, is it something that Kenyan cricket should be worried about? They are not the first one.
It's very worrying because it means that those who have been picked and no disrespect for them are just desperate. It means if they could have found something else to do, like what Rakep and them have found, they could have said no also.
Rakep has been there for long. Dhiren has been there and is one of the best now, one of the best upcoming all-rounders. You get an invite, you pull out. What does that say about what they are seeing in the national team? Is there something in the national team that has made them lose that love for the national team? Because I understand when the likes of Peter are playing, Martin Suji, Steve, the Ravindus, the Kennedys of this world, people will fight to get that a position in the team. But this now we've got players that are pulling out. Is there something that probably they have seen in the team that is not making the team attractive to them? It's not making them wait for that call to be called in the national team?
Personally, I'm not worried. And I believe it's not that the players don't want to play. Like Peter has said, it makes it looks like the ones who've been called are desperate. But then look at it this way. People have been away for over 2 years. People have found a way to survive. These are players who are on a contract. They knew that come rain or sunshine, they're going to eat. You're calling them 3 days before a camp to go and assemble for over a month away from their families. They don't know how they are going to feed their families. Then you don't even tell them that they're going to have a contract or not. You're not even telling them how much they're going to be paid. You don't expect people to just show up. People have grown up. They're not boys anymore. They have families to take care of. They have jobs. They need to look at their futures. You'll call them, put them in camp for a month, then they'll come back and you're going to tell them, oh, okay, bye, I'll see you later. The next time you're having a match is in November when you're going for the T20 qualifiers. No one wants to do that. And I'm sure if you call these players Kando and you talk to them nicely and tell them these are the terms, we need you to play this and these matches, then we are going to talk about the rest when we come back. I'm sure some would have negotiated. But then you just send out players, you just send out letters, you don't even talk to players. You haven't seen these players for over 2 years. Of course, some of them are going to refuse. They also have their pride. And then it's not Cricket Kenya. They don't even know who you are and you're calling them to come. Some of them are definitely not going to show up. And then you don't even care. You don't even look for them and ask them, why are you not showing up? Oh, they've declined. Okay, I'll call Steve Biko to replace Rakep Patel. How does it look like? But I'm not worried because I've spoken to some of the players and they said it's just this time they're available for selection in the future. And of course, you know what that means.
Okay, the team has been selected. All said and done, Kenya is going to take part in the tournament. Looking at the team that has been selected, briefly talking about our top order batters. Are we satisfied with the batters that have been picked in the top order batsman, by a top order? Peter.
I think we'll miss. We wanted to see pushback because he's been scoring some runs in the league, and Dhiren at the top order, Rakep, but we have missed those. So I think we'll rely seriously on how Alex wakes up, because now it's the most experienced player we have at the top order. And then I think Nelson also will play a role of batting. I've not seen much of the new player, Kalyan. I've not seen him bat, so I can't say anything. But having said that, Sukdeep is on form. Zaid is on form. Is batted well. I've watched a few of his games. He occupies the crease, and he scores at a very good rate. So I think those four will play a big role, and I think they'll manage to score runs because they're on form at the moment. But as I said, it depends how Alex Obanda wakes up, because when he wakes up on the right side, then you can win the game one man. It doesn't need just need people to bat around him.
Irfan has played Irfan has been playing in the second tier division, and he hasn't gotten. He has been scoring. Definitely, he has been scoring good runs, and has won matches for his side. He's here back in the national team as a main, the wicket keeper and a main batter for the team. Do you think he's set for the event?
Oh yes, he's very ready. He's looking forward to it, and he's been getting the runs. He's been on form. He scores a half century, like 2 matches in a row. Currently, he has an average of 52 in about 7 matches. So I think that's very good for us. And seeing that he's willing to play for the national team, I think that's a good thing, because we don't have anyone else. Irfan just has to play. Rushab has to play. Alex has to play. They're the only ones left at the top. We don't have Rakep. We don't have Dhiren. We don't have Collins. The 3 just have to play, and they have to play around each other. If one fails, the other 2 have to back themselves up.
The middle order is whereby there will be a lot of gambling. Whom do we think is going to stand out in the middle order, that the team is going to look like, prove yourself here, we've given you the role, go out and do what you're supposed to do? Who are these players that in the middle order that we're going to look at?
Dan, can you name your middle order?
It has shame.
And where does it start?
That's a shame.
Yes.
You're the one who was just saying the other day that Shem hasn't stood up since he scored his 100. But then,
now he's the one. He's the one in the middle order.
You see, I'm always worried about guys looking at our middle order, because if you already pick the top order and you already pick your batsman, why should you look at the middle order? Because it's just planning to fail. I think the top order should do the job, period. The middle order only comes in to finish the job. They don't need to do the job for us. We need to have the top order batsman. We need to have Akina Rushab batting all throughout the 50 overs. We need to have Karim, who is capable of batting 50 overs. Alex, it should bat throughout. Sukdeep. Why do you need the middle order?
I think amongst those batsmen, it's Karim who's faced the most number of balls in the league so far. So for me, he's my top and he's my middle. He just has to see the 50 overs through. There's no other way.
Bowling. Or pace bowler. The league has been favoring the wickets in Nairobi has been favoring spinners.
Yeah.
So we've not had seam bowlers coming out to carry the day for their team. Maybe 1 or 2 occasions. We've got our seam bowlers. Same. There was no surprise as far as seam bowling was concerned. Same bowlers. As you said before, Koech was part of the team that played in the last event. We've got Nemea with experience, but that experience has not, I don't know if I'll say it's the wickets, but he's not done what his name entails. But again, they have been selected and they are going to Uganda. What do we expect to see from them?
First of all, who will they pick? Because if you look at the seamers, only Lucas has done well. Lucas has 10 wickets from 6 matches. No, I think he has 13 or so wickets from 7 innings. Then you look at the rest, Lucas and Eugene. They're the only seamers who've done well. But even Eugene, only 5 wickets is a bit too low. So, and you expect them to be the ones to be picked. It's either them or one of Nehemiah and Elijah.
Okay, I want to say you've had the opening bowlers. In fact, the four best bowlers have been there for a very long time. I have worked with them. And I want to tell Dan, the wickets were not favoring spin. We played the first 4 games in an overcast condition. You umpired a few. The opening bowlers were hitting the wrong length because they were supposed to swing the ball at that condition, but they were still hitting back over length. I watched Lucas hit back over length. I watched Eugene. I umpired his game. So it's them to use the experience which they have gained all these years to adjust, because the wickets in Uganda will be different. So it's not the one they're playing in the league. So they have to adjust and know which area. They've played in Uganda before. So if they use their experience, we'll have a very good opening pair. If they're going to play within their limit, like what Lucas does, then we are not going to get anything from the pace bowlers. But if they're going to push and work out of their skin, then Eugene and Lucas will just have to back up Elijah and Nehemiah, because Elijah and Nehemiah are very experienced bowlers. So if you have Elijah and Nehemiah opening, and then you have Lucas getting out of comfort zone, and Eugene not trolling around like he doesn't want to play, then we'll have they'll be out about 50.
Is Elijah fit enough to play?
If they picked him, they have watched him the nets. I didn't think he will make it because he was in the hospital, but I don't know. I didn't see him play the matches, the trial matches. So I wouldn't know.
But they also picked Jojo from home.
Yes, we have a bit of an issue with the selection because we're just looking at the stats. So just looking at the stats because as I said, I would say only Tariq watches match, and he was watching only some Baba play, only some Baba matches. They picked Caparo, who started umpiring. Is umpiring beside games. They picked Dennis because of umpiring, but he started umpiring after 3 games. So it means he umpired 1 game and he had to select a team. And when he was not umpiring, he doesn't watch those matches. So I don't know where he got his selection from. So they just use the books.
Okay, so as Peter was saying, some of the selections were really worrying and a bit suspect, because you can't select someone who's only played 3 matches and hasn't done anything big, and you leave someone who's played around 7 to 8 matches and given you runs and wickets. As I was saying, that Joseph Onyango was picked from home, had been injured for 5 matches, had not played anything. So if the selectors are really looking at the performances, they will have seen that he's been out of action. He didn't even play even on the same day that he was selected because of an injury. So if they were really keen, even if it's just looking at performances, they should have seen that he was not playing. Elijah had been in hospital. If they were selecting based on the logs that they are seeing on the NPCA website, they should have seen that Asoyo had been ill. And even when he came back, I think that was one of the reasons why he didn't have an impact in that match.
So, in short, everything would do with selection of the selectors and selection of the players wasn't that serious, wasn't on merit, because as Peter was saying, the selectors that were picked up, some were not picked. Sorry.
Go on.
So what are Kenyan chances in the event? Are we likely to see Kenya registering a whitewash against the two opponents, or is a tournament that is going to bring some question about Kenyan performance at the national stages? Briefly, Beryl, what are Kenyan chances?
We didn't look good the last time we went out. If you look at the Cricket World Cup Challenge Championship, we only have 2 points and we have 5 matches to play. Uganda at the top, they have 10 points. They have the same number of matches to play. The last time we were in Uganda, we lost. Even though we played the final of that quadrangular, we were beaten. It was the first time we were getting beaten in Uganda. When we were playing that T20 qualifier, we were beaten and it hurt really bad. When Uganda came to Kenya to play in the quadrangular that we had with Saudi Arabia and was it Oman? What was that other country? Saudi Arabia and? Do you remember?
Asia team.
Yeah, the one. Singapore, yes. Uganda beat us at Jaffrey's and it was very painful. Those 2 wickets were very painful. So we have something to prove against Uganda in Uganda, and it's not going to be easy. We've seen the squad that we have. The players have very little time to adjust mentally. So we have a lot to prove in the field. And like I was saying the other day, we need to show them that even though things are not so good for us in the office, that out in the pitch, we still have what it takes. I can't tell you that I know how we are going to do. We have half the squad that we are used to seeing playing. We have half the squad that played last against Uganda. So it's really up to the players. I can't predict.
Peter, your opinion? Yeah, I don't know how honest I should be on this one, but I need to ask: are the players who have been picked going there because they are now going just to earn something for themselves after COVID effect, or are they going to play for pride? Because I don't see the energy in them. We have the energy. We think we can't lose the pride against Uganda, but do they have the same drive? I don't feel the players have the same drive. I don't think some of them are even agreed to go to this tour for the sake of going to win. So it's I would say if we win, they'll have surprised me. I'm not going to back them. I'm not going to try and mix words and say, oh, they are going to. I don't think so.
And it's true because look at Uganda. Since they selected their squad to come, you can feel the energy. And even after they named their squad, they're still playing the internal matches against the players who are left out. And it looks really good. People are performing. But then as we have players in camp, they shifted venue the other day. No one even knew. We knew after the match was played. The other day I was waiting for scorecards. I had someone had pocketed the score sheets and ran away with them. We don't even know what they're doing. So how can you support someone whom you do know? We can only support what we've seen them do in the NPCA league. I'll tell you that Karim will get runs because I've seen him get runs in NPCA. I'll tell you that Brad will get wickets because I've seen him get wickets in NPCA. But I don't know what they have been doing in that camp. Who knows? Maybe they've just been eating the whole day and getting massages. No one knows. So it's really hard to judge, really, until we see them play maybe the first match, watch the first innings and see, oh, okay, so they can bat together as a team. This is the lineup that we are having. That's why you can't even tell who's an all-rounder, because someone you've known to be an all-rounder is coming into the team and they're being tagged as a batsman. Someone you know to be a very good bowler is coming into the team and being tagged as an all-rounder. And Peter said, the word all-rounder is being misused a lot in this country. So let them go, let them play. We'll give them our blessings. Of course, they're our brothers, they're our friends, they're our families, but no one can say anything. They're the best we have now.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so to me, I just feel the team was hurriedly prepared for that event. That's if they prepared. But I think the team was hurriedly assembled, and I'm yet to know what criteria was used for the selection, because there are those that were picked due to the performance in the league. That's why you find that somebody like Jojo was picked with injury. There are those that were picked because of their previous performances. That's why you still find that somebody like Elijah was picked. So to me, it's a matter of wait and see what will happen. As Bedla said, we'll support the team. They are brothers. We'll support the team. So viewers, thank you very much for joining us. Our next discussion will discuss the big issue, the Normalization Committee. We feel it is 2 months, 1 month or so that the Normalization Committee mandate came to a close, but they're still in office. They're still in office, and that's why they're the ones assembling the team to Uganda. So we'll discuss to see actually what was their mandate, what did their mandate entail? Were they supposed to extend into this new month? Were they supposed to extend their mandate to August? And now we are in September. So we'll be discussing that, and we hope we are going to add another panelist who's going to share with us his opinion. Until next time, thank you very much, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can be getting all the information entailing Kenyan cricket. Until next time.